Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 11 final day. So of course today we're kind of going to mess around. I believe both as a guild, we actually won every single day this week for Guild Wars if I'm not mistaken. And it seems like as a guild we're probably going to today. Because it seems like we're out of reach of getting Paragon, even with the most perfect of perfect 5-0s we could possibly get today. So we're probably just going to mess around and just, see what kind of weird teams we could do that we haven't already done. Obviously, there's things like Triple Takshaka that we haven't touched on. I don't think we've done Double Takshaka with that one immune guy yet. We still haven't brought the Ray Troop out yet for the final battle if we end up needing that. Mostly because Takshaka is normally enough damage, so kind of don't need it. But I'll mess around with that a little bit, see what kind of different teams we could do. And of course, we got some updates on stuff. Most notably, the February event calendar. We'll be going over this tomorrow as well. We somewhat went over it last night as well. But the main takeaways from this calendar is we have the 2-week-long Lunar New Year event for the Year of the Horse starting next week on the 2nd. Tomorrow. So we got that going on for next 2 weeks. Valentine's Day, not sure if they're doing anything extra for that, but probably some kind of small in-game reward for that. We have the Valentine's Day pet on the 11th, the Lunar New Year pet on the 18th, and beyond that, 2 other things happening. One being the new campaign will be starting. That will be starting in 2 weeks from now, not next week, but the following week. Or sorry, 3 weeks from now. Actually, it says it probably somewhere's down here. Where does it say? Holiday Event Guild Wars, New Mythic Expansion Faction. Does not say there. It should be on the 16th week, I believe. Should be the start of the next campaign. But beyond that, we have the update. The update is planned for mid-late February. This is almost guaranteed to be on the 17th, though could be on the 10th or 24th. But we got a pretty big update. It should be a pretty meta-defining one as far as how it switches things up. Probably more so, or probably the most meta-defining thing since 2019, where we end up getting medals. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what this mechanic ends up doing. We should probably get some info on it soon, and when we do get the info on it, the update is probably in a week or two from whenever that day is. So if we end up getting info for next week, then yeah, it's probably over there. But if we end up getting it this week, there is a chance it's on the 10th. They might end up pulling it out there. Basically, the week after they give us public info will probably be the update day, most likely. With the dates most likely being the 10th or the 17th, and maybe 24th. One of those 3, with the 17th being most likely. But yeah, looking forward to it. Should be interesting to see what it pans out. Hopefully it's not too paywall-y or too time-gatey like the Kingdom upgrades are. But I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. Beyond that, of course, we do have the start of the event this week. Let me go to that page. Haven't actually seen this one yet. This one. So we got a Golvania event week, of course, because it is the end of the Golvania campaign. Final week to go and finish out the current campaign. We'll be going over that mythic. We just covered a video earlier today going over the Immortal for the new Goblin Immortal that came in this PvP season. But of course, we also have the one from this current season coming in, which I don't think she's in here, this page. But of course, we can see her in game if we go over to campaign and go over to campaign again. We can end up seeing her over here. She's basically an alternative Draculus, or as far as within her own kingdom. But more so, she's almost like an alternative Tina 9000. Not as good spell reduction as Tina 9000, but it has HP gain instead of true damage to enemy, or, instead of like an armor gain. Ends up dealing a bunch of lifesteal from 3 random enemies, boosted by bleed gems. Whereas Tina 9000 does it for a really random amount of value, and does do true damage as well, but ends up gaining armor instead of life. So very similar to Tina 9000, though ultimately probably weaker than Tina 9000. Biggest issues being that it doesn't gain 50% mana start from a hero class, so that brings it down quite a bit. You have to use a pretty useless troop to end up giving this thing 50% mana start. But the other thing is, its damage, unless you have bleed gem mechanic on your team, isn't really going to do that much. Tina 9000, sometimes you can just hit absurdly high, and while you can't really control it, it does, sometimes do that high number. Whereas something like this, you can never end up getting the high number if you don't have a bleed mechanic on your team. She does end up creating 1 bleed gem at her turn beginning. However, that's not enough to fully boost ratio her. You would specifically need to have another troop on your team constantly creating bleed gems to fully be able to take, take effect of her boost ratio, which makes her a huge liability because not only do you have to use a 50% mana star undead troop to get her half mana started, but you also have to use a bleed gem creating troop to be able to support that even further. And yeah, it's just kind of bad, at least relative to Tina 9000. It's basically just weaker Tina 9000, but she does get shinied. So we'll end up getting that from her. I'm not sure what her extra shiny effect is. I would assume it makes her bleed boost ratio better, though maybe it's a 4-hit instead of 3. But I assume it's just better boost ratio. I'm actually not sure. We'll find out tomorrow. Pretty sure the other spoiler thread thing he says it, but at this point might as well just wait a day in case they change it last minute. Anyways, beyond that, oh yeah, let's go over the weekly thing. I didn't even go over that here. So we're getting a new tower killing trip, of course. Ends up creating 7 bleed gems. Nothing too crazy here. It's another one of those like worm things, except this one for anti-tower. We have quite a few worm-like troops in the game like this. But I believe this is the first one to do a power gem like this. And then, of course, the standard glory troop. If Queen, that one new troop is on... Wait, is that the mythic? That's weird. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the mythic. But if that one mythic is on your team, convert all brown gems to bleed gem, and then explode 25 gems. The problem with that is you're not going to be able to use the bleed gems for boost ratio. So him creating that many bleed gems doesn't really help at all. Like, yeah, it'll like mass bleed the enemy and get you a lot of mana accumulation. That's really weird. Wait, does that mean his default abilities just explode 25 gems? Interesting. So he's kind of like Gorgotha, but spell reduction in that sense. There's also a 10% chance to create a bleed gem when his turn. That's so bad. Only 10%? Why is that such a low number? Yeah, he's not ideal. And I don't even think you would need to use it with her. Or, you know, like, you're not going to bother putting him on her team. There are better things you could be using other than him. Oh, interesting. We end up getting a Bless All Undead. Give a bunch of attack and life to all undead allies and then bless them. I'm not sure if undead had too many ways to have blessing before, but there we go. That'll help quite a bit in Golvania. What is this? Oh, this is the faction troop coming in this Friday. This is for Forest of Thorns. Deal some damage to an enemy, entangle, inflict bleed on them. If they are already entangled, there's a 30% chance to kill them. You could put this in your first slot for the faction. Because this is for the, what's it called? Yeah, Primal Rift. So Primal Rift strategy is basically kill your first slot and then get a Trent there and then auto win. That is still the strategy. However, this might be your new first slot that you put there potentially. The only problem is he has stealthy, so I don't know, it won't die as easily. And it has score reduction too, so he won't die as easily. So yeah, I'm not sure if you're really going to need him for pure faction team, because the whole strategy is just kill your first slot, which would be him, of course, and then put a Trent there and then win. And that is still the strategy even with this existing. Well, no, I guess you could put it there if you really want to, but it's not going to make too big a difference with how pure faction works there. Anyways, with all that out of the way, let's go to Guild War. Let's do Guild War, and then we got an hour booster to go use, which we'll probably just use immediately once we get there. Alright, we're up against a blue location. So as far as teams, I kind of just want to mess with whatever. It doesn't really matter how many points we get, as I believe as a guild we're still going to win regardless of what we do. Plus, there's no way we can get Paragon with our current score, so no point in even trying. So we could really mess around tonight as far as teams we do. So we'll do like a different one every single time. Oh yeah, we did do this with the Takshakas. So, you know what? Let's go do team by team, a team we have not used yet. So let's go triple Takshaka. We have not used a triple Takshaka team yet. So let's go and do so. You know what? I'm even going to use it in first slot, I think. Just so we can kind of get it up a little bit quicker. The only problem with that is we won't get our bless up as quickly. But for this very, very first battle, that shouldn't really matter. So let's just go... honestly, double blue banner is already right. The only thing I would want to change is maybe Mechanist. Mostly just get rid of barrier or anything they might have, though I don't think this battle actually has barrier. Well, I guess they get rid of submerge, but we don't actually have to get rid of submerge. Also, by the way, hello everyone. Hello Crisp. Hello Yeah. Hello Jets. Hello Preserved Music. Hello Outlander. Hello Michael. Hello Cookie. Hello Mulu. Hello Minnie. Hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's go do Wand of Stars. Somehow that still got full mana, even though it's being blocked on 3 of its colors. Wonderful. And then we just go poke, 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 and that would be match if we could actually get our mana. Come on. Extra turn. No, we lost points already. No, it doesn't really matter at this point. We already lost some points. But yeah, good old triple Takshaka. Should I go quad Takshaka? I think that's a little overkill. What path does our guild need the most? I guess either top or middle. Middle seems to be suffering a little bit more right now, so we'll go middle. Lord or Slaughter team, or what's the other one? We got a Lord or Slaughter, or we got a Miss Mother with Ruby. It's a lot of true damage. It's a little scary. Yeah, we'll go the bottom here. Doesn't this have Devour, though? That could also be kind of scary. We can kind of bless past it a little bit after we kill that. So what is the Blesser we want to do? What is the weirdest 4 times Blesser in this place that isn't Quillen? Or do we just bring Quillen back out? Is this a Quillen angle? Oh no, what is 4 times Bless under Divine that isn't Quillen? This says Bless only for itself. Bless and Enchant. We could run a Phoenix on our team. And just keep getting it passively that way. Its ability's pretty underwhelming, but it does have Resummon if we truly need it. 50% chance to bless a random ally when its turn begins. This is 4 times bless, but it's only for yellow allies. However, that is our team. That would be our entire team. That is a 4 times bless. Biggest issue with this compared to Quillen, though, is no turn follow-up. This is cleanse, but not bless. It does have random stats effect, though. Honestly, I might just bring out the Quillen. Let's go use Quillen one last time. We really need a bless here, and, you know, he'll be our bless. And you know what? I'll even use him in first slot. You have some score reduction, don't you? No, but you're going to pretend to have some score reduction. You got this. Double blue banner. We'll keep that. Why not? Could even go blue-yellow angle here, but we'll stick with double blue. Mechanist. Do we still need mech? He does not have any submerge. He does have that weird mana drain mechanic. We might have to worry about that. Though I guess we're going to be blessed up, so it shouldn't really matter that much. If we're using Wand of Stars, I guess, I don't know, do we really need Quillen for Bless? I just realized we're still using Wand of Stars. So we actually wouldn't necessarily need Quillen. Oh no, let's go do something we haven't used this week. What have we not used that's under Divine that's really good? Gormagander's funny, but he doesn't really synergize that well with Takshaka. He does create 2 brown gems every turn, but that would only really feed into Wand of Stars in this situation. I guess it would give some extra potential to get brown mana from that. Since that creates wild cards and that creates more brown to be able to get alignment for it. Infernus would be really funny with a triple damage burning. If we really just want to get skull pressure because he's a really skull-oriented team. You know what? We're going to try it. Let's go Infernus and change our hero class to, like, Hierophant. Because he doesn't have any kind of weird, like, Elementalist. So we can get away with Hierophant, which has Cleanse on extra turn. But more importantly, it's triple damage burning. And Infernus has what would you call it? Give me extra yellow here, actually. Actually, give me extra red. But Infernus has 4 times burn per extra turn, so we could easily get that out and just win from there. Firestorm at start of battle. Do we care about that? I guess we should double check what storm he has, if any. Because if he has no storm, yeah, we'll go red storm. Why not? Doesn't help Takshaka as much, but as long as he doesn't have a storm, it's not really getting in the way of anything. No storm, no storm, no storm. Leaf storm. Okay, I can't do that. Alright, change your plan, change your plan. No red storm for you. Instead you do Fairy Fire if an ally dies. There we go. Alright, we should be good to go now. Anything else? That should be everything. Because we want to change the order a little bit. I think we're fine though. Alright, so let's go try this. Basically what I'm trying to do here is get a one-shot on his first slot. We will do a triple damage. He does have some score reduction. I don't have Enrage. So it looks like we're going to have to two-shot because we don't have Enrage here. I could go Slayer hero class. Do I really need to cleanse that badly? Does he have like Entangle first slot? Yeah, Entangle first slot. I have to do the cleanse. So we'll keep Hierophant. It's fine. I just won't be able to one-shot his first slot, but we could always do it with any follow-up and be good to go. Wand of Stars. So we already got our Bless. Just don't miss. And there we go. Triple damage burning coming through. And now we should just be able to one-shot everything else in this team. I can literally just take a skull and it dies. Do we go for a skull? I wish I had something that creates skull on this team. I don't really have a skull creator. I kind of want to win with a skull. Can we get like a skull cascade to go kill him with? There we go. Is that enough damage? It should be. How much skull reduction do you have? Not enough. There we go. Boom. Triple damage burning. Alright, let's see if we can get a kill with a different team every time. So I was triple damage burning hero with Infernus 4 times burn. With Hierophant, which is the only hero class that has both cleanse and triple damage burning. But you can't use it against Elementalist because if he gets stunned, that's a problem. What class is he using right now? Titan? Oh, what is this team? This is a really bad team. Alright, we can use like something really crazy for this one then. I don't know, what's the weirdest thing we have that we haven't tried under Divine? We can run triple Garmagander. What's his ability again? Do a bunch of damage to an enemy bursted by Curse Gems. If an enemy dies, eliminate all armor from all other enemies. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go triple Garmagander. This is definitely a double brown angle, though. There's also changed to brown hero class angle. Brown... honestly, just double brown's fine. I don't think we need another color. It's going to be a really brown-oriented team. We probably want Titan or something with Brown Storm. Trying to see if there's any other hero class that would really help us here. Not much. Maybe Geomancer? Just for the extra tankiness in case we need it. I kind of want something that has skull damage, though. Titan has, like, the extra enrage and everything, which kind of want to go with that down that route. Just so once we tear their armor, we can kind of just kill them with skulls off of Bloodthirsty. Doesn't mean we're getting a little bit less brown mana, but we get a lot more damage. Barrier on Brown, Brown Storm. Hopefully it doesn't have a counter to it. I'm not going to bother using the other ones. Extra magic, extra attack, and stun enemy if they hit us. Okay, let's go try this. I haven't used Titan class in a while. I used to use it a lot. But yeah, let's go the Gormaganda route since he's using such a weird team. We will as well. Only problem with this team is we are going to have to kill them one at a time. We don't have like any kind of AoE damage or anything like that. Oh, he's going to switch my team. But if nothing else, that means we can get the Gormaganders going a little. Alright, let's go get our blesses. I might have to double cast that since we end up hurting ourselves. But if he ends up getting a kill, he gets that effect on his own. The biggest issue is he has no extra turn potential, so we're just going to have to do poke, 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 poke. But now every poke we do just gets a kill. Oh, unless he gets barrier, in which case we'll just have to curse it off. Or just get a billion cascades. That works too. And of course, we're creating like a billion browns every single turn. He ends up getting all of his barrier and everything already good to go. Kill that out. Boom. What a weird team, but so was his. Alright. Next. What are we going to win with this time? He's using a Pharaoh into Grey... Oh, Grey King's kind of scary. We 100% want Bless. This is 100% a Bless angle. Let's do a different kind of Bless this time, though. Let's go use the Double Takshaka, but use the Bless Enchant guy that we were looking at earlier. And use Phoenix or whatever he's called. This one, the Fennec. So we'll go with this. He has Bless Enchant every extra turn. And otherwise, it's standard Takshaka team. Just going to go like a double blue banner or something here. And we should be good to go. Just got to change hero class. Oh yeah, what's he running for hero? He's running Elementalist, which means we probably just want momentum then. We're already going to have cleanse off of Wand. So we should be good. Plus we have the preemptive bless as well for that. So yeah, we should be okay here. And it just comes down to Takshaka spam until we win. The only thing we got to change is hero class, which... Oh no, do we want mech? It doesn't matter. Does he run Submerge right now? No, he's running barrier on Brown. Oh no, we can still get rid of barrier with it. And I guess we'll go mech. It doesn't really matter too much here. Just need something for some extra value. We'll go mech. A little bit less barrier, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. Let's hope not. Main thing we want to do is use Takshaka to kill out his hero, probably. And this is Grey King's getting close to full, in which case we'd want to do it on his hero. Should we just be able to get a Wand of Stars here? Even though we're already going to be able to get the 4 times Bless off of that, we can still refresh it onto hero. Potentially if it ends up hitting it, plus it can still get the enchants. So whatever we need to get mana on, we'll just end up getting back up. I know I said hero first, but I'm going to just kill Grey King out just so we don't have to worry about it. Now this should be full mana, and then we just win. Full mana, come on. There we go. And it's this match. Alright, final battle. What do we want to go run that we haven't already ran? Let's see, what are we even up against? Should I bring out the Wraith Slayer? We have Double Takshaka, Beatrix, and Sands of Midnight. Create a mix of blue and skulls. There's a 25% chance to gain an extra turn, boosted by Terrified Gems. Why? Interesting. He's using Elementalist. With Submerge. Hey, gotta keep the mech. Hey, mech gets some extra value for once. So we don't necessarily want to be hitting everything simultaneously. Oh no, is this just a Takshaka war? This feels like a Takshaka war. Oh no, I want to use a troop we haven't used yet this week though. Oh no, what's the weirdest viable troop that we haven't touched yet? Guard's Avatar I think we used for a fight. Or yeah, we haven't. We could get poison on them, I guess. Hunglong is fun, honestly. I almost want to go first slot Hunglong. Deal a bunch of damage to all enemies, and then it has a 50% chance to either gain attack, or an extra turn, or barrier, or enchant, or bless. Also gives a bunch of magic to all other dragons, and has 70% score reduction. Pretty hefty. Catches the Bull. We already had an event like that not too long ago. Quetzalma was bad. Raffamon's not worth. Archdiva's kind of fun. Don't really have too much else to use it with. Oh, we haven't used the Ubistet team this week. We could try going for that double kill. What would be the best thing to try to land double kill on here? The problem is, we're at the whim of whatever Takshaka lands on. Also, it's just definitively less value than just putting a third Takshaka. Oh no, what else do we have here that's not horrible? I could use Divine Ishbal to give the Takshaka's 40% mana start. Which would also free up our banner to be able to go for another +4 magic if we want to. If that was a damage range, that might actually be worth it. But we're already in one-shot range, so it doesn't really matter. But if that magic would have been one-shot range, then maybe it would have mattered. This guy's burned Fairy Fire. I haven't used Fairy Fire much, but again, we're already in one-shot range, so it doesn't really matter too much. I don't know, what's a fun troop we haven't used yet? I've kind of depleted them all. We got Perpetual Blue Storm, I guess. I haven't bothered using that. It's very small value turn 1, but turn 2 onwards it would be pretty solid. As we basically just get to maintain Blue Storm. The problem is Skady itself is really bad. Ullr has Freeze Fairy Fire. Oh no, I'm trying to think of like one other thing we could run. Oh no, what's a low rarity option that we haven't ran? What's like a really funny low rarity thing in this whole place? Missed my Assistant Superior for the Insta Cleanse would be funny. Do we care about that in this battle? Was he running Elementalist? Honestly, that's not awful. I'm gonna try it. Let's do Assistant Superior. I'm gonna run the Sister on it. Why not? Should I go Submerge on my own? No. Because the Talk Shock is the bigger concern. Assistant Superior doesn't do too much for us, but there might be a very niche situation if we get a bad starting board where we'll be able to use her for value. We did not need her for value. Unfortunate. Well, who knows? Maybe later this battle we'll need her for value. But no, we already got everything we needed, so we're kind of good to go. I kind of want to Wand of Stars again, but we're already in one-shot range, so there's really no reason to do that. And basically already match. Yeah, I'm not going to need her cleanse, sad. That's the whole reason we put her on the team. But no, it's already over. That was actually really easy this week, or today. But there we go. We got to try a couple different teams. The funnest one was definitely the triple damage burning, though, with Infernus. They used to be the meta, by the way, way back in the day. Like when Infernus first came out. Like running triple damage with Infernus was a lot of fun. But, yeah, I think that was the funnest team we ran today out of all 5 of them. Triple damage Infernus with double Talk Shaka. Running Hierophant class with it that has Cleanse and Burning. Triple damage Burning. It doesn't work on Elementals, though, so don't try that on Elementals. Because the stun gets rid of your Cleanse. You could only do it against Entangles that are not Elementals. Or, you know, that don't have stun on them. Which is why we were able to get away with it on that particular battle. Yeah, there we go. Trying a different team for each time. Oh yeah, we have a perfect Guild War, by the way. But that was kind of expected. We kind of knew that already going in. That this Guild War would be completely determined by score. And honestly, for trying just random teams, we did pretty good for score. 1,390 just from random teams each time. Not literally random, but you know what I mean. Like, we change our team every time. But, yeah, not bad. Tried a bunch of stuff we didn't already do throughout the week. And yeah, we won every single day as a guild. As well as all of our battles completed. So this is one of the easiest restrictions we have ever had for the new Guild War system. And also, one of our rewards for that, of course, is we now have a maxed Quillen. So if we go check out our Quillen, it is now 16 mana cost instead of 18. And of course has the 4 times Bless instead of double. And that was the biggest reward we got from this current Guild War. But, yeah, not bad. Not the strongest trip in the game, but definitely a lot more viable than he was in the past. But there we go, that was Divine Guild War. But yeah, definitely one of the easiest restrictions we've ever had. If not the absolute easiest since the new format. Honestly, even easier than some of the color restrictions. Because Divine has a lot of extra stuff and isn't forced to have to run like pure yellow or something. Alright. Even though most of our teams were pretty much pure yellow. Okay, so what we need to go do right now. I have an hour booster. I'm just going to use it wherever. We don't have to use it optimally. That doesn't really matter. But we got to keep going for the next hour on everything. So let's just start taking out dailies, and then near the end of the stream, we'll go and actually try to target it on stuff that's worth using it on, like Explore 12. Oh yeah, I have the team for the one Troglo Goblin thing earlier. But yeah, it was pretty fun, just messing around with a bunch of different teams. But yeah, it was fun being able to use Goblin Rocket to do the Wish Gems one at a time. Really underrated mechanic that he has. They used to be used for some other stuff in the past. But yeah, we covered a video on that earlier today. And by that, I mean like a few hours ago, I think at this point, by the time the video got out. Okay, so what do I want to go run right now? We're running quick kill dailies. Let me go clear out everything real quick. Clear out every single last daily, finish out Underspire. And then whatever spare time we have, I guess we'll just run Explore 12 the whole time. As we are currently under the effect of double gold. So yeah, might as well do Explore with it. I could use a gold farming team, but you know, we'll use standard standard team against it. Speaking of which, I should probably get my Voice of Orpheus off this team. I'm not going to need that today. We needed it yesterday for the stats effect, but there's nothing on Sundays that are ever annoying for stats effect, so we're definitely not going to need it. Let's put another Pharaoh in there. And you'll come back in a few more days when we have to deal with another annoying stats effect. So hello, Tyrion! Welcome, welcome. But yeah, that was a really easy Guild War restriction. Actually, isn't the next restriction pretty easy too? I believe it's Blue Guild War, wasn't it? I don't think we know any of the other Guild Wars at this point. But I believe the next Guild War restriction is blue. First thing that comes to mind, obviously, is Tesla. The other thing that comes to mind is Beatrix. So really accessible Guild Wars, since the low rarity team can literally just run double Beatrix. It might be among one of the more accessible Guild Wars we ever had. Though, in all fairness, any Guild War restriction that is just a pure color is generally going to be pretty easy to build for new players. Or, you know, for early game and mid game. But having access to Beatrix is very, very solid. Same as Truffle. The double Beatrix is a lot more likely to be used than double Truffle. It's just a lot better for PvP. Truffle's more consistent, but obviously Beatrix is Cleanse, which you need for Elementalist. Which is running rampant as like every other hero class. Honestly, even high rarity team might even run it. Like running Wanda Stars, Damage Source, double Beatrix. The only problem with that is you don't get a quick mana start though. But almost every team's going to be running like one Beatrix on it, most likely. Just for the backup cleanse. And this year's depending on Wanda Stars for all of it. Which obviously you can do, but, you know, sometimes it fails. Sometimes it's not enough. Alright, we did that, we did that. Wait, isn't that weird Anvil pet? Angry Anvil. I always thought this was the Curse Rune pet, or am I thinking of a different one? Am I thinking of a different one? I thought the Curse Rune pet couldn't be in there. Or did they accidentally add it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Scammed. Scammed. I was gonna say, I thought that was the, oh yeah, that was patch 6.1, by the way. And now we're at 9.1. Gosh, it's been 3 whole version numbers since then. Oh yeah, I actually forgot that was a 0.1 and not a 0.0. But yeah, he was added in 6.1. But, yeah, you can get him for free now. You don't need to go spend like 300 something curse runes on it. Scammed. Well, because did blue orbs even exist back then? Or no, the pet orbs didn't. So yeah, that's a huge discount. I didn't even realize you could get him in pet battles. That's a mega discount compared to getting him in the pass. There's no point in even getting him in Soulforge anymore then. But yeah, they've really put every pet in that drop table then. Other than like few of the really weird cosmetic ones. Like that one for getting like the max chat thing. I forget what that's called. I believe that one's still not in drop table and a few other weird ones like that. I also have never seen that one anniversary pet from a while back. The 505 Games anniversary one. And obviously the money one from the Steam shop and the Android shop aren't in it either. There's still a handful of them that aren't, but I would have sworn that was one of them that wouldn't be. Like of the handful that aren't in drop table, I would have expected that to be one of them, but apparently not. It is in drop table. Which means it's never worth spending curse runes on that thing ever again. But for one, you already didn't need to because of pet orbs. But now even more so because you don't even need to get your first copy from curse runes either. You just wait till it rotates around. And then use pet orbs on it. Yeah, I would have sworn that would have been like one of the few dozen that aren't in drop table. But no, he is. Hello, Imperial! Welcome, welcome. Hello, Jesse for dinner. Say hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, let's go grab the Dragonite. Let's go grab our gems because it's Sunday. Technically, that's worth doing every single day if you want to keep getting mythics. But we just do it on Sundays where it's always good value. Alright, Underspire, we'll save you for last. Let's go to PvP real quick. Shouldn't be that much we need to do. I think we just have to do 3 battles in Central. Plus the other thingy. By other thing, I mean go get our boost. And then we should be good to go. Let's get our magic booster real quick. Then we'll go take 5 battles in Center. That should be all the PvP we need to go do. Hopefully we're in bottom cut, but I believe because of Guild War, we're probably not going to be. Hello, Tangy. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you found the 505 Games pet as well? Okay, interesting. Yeah, they pretty much added, like, all of them then. What do I think of the upcoming Friday Mythic? I have not looked at it yet. But a lot of things like that, I tend to wait until the day of, a lot of times. But maybe we'll go check it out tomorrow night. But sometimes they change it, like, really last minute. I like to not try to remember troops incorrectly. In case they change it within the last, like, few days or something. Because I have done that before. The most notable one last year is we were going to get a silence on extra turn troop. But they end up nerfing it into the ground before it came out and then made it completely dead content. But that was the more noteworthy from last year change. But they do that quite often to a lot of troops. Normally it's really small changes, but sometimes it's like absurd changes like that. Where they go from making the troop one the best in the game to completely dead content. Within a matter of days before it releases. Because they mega nerfed that one. Like, that one has absolutely no use case ever. It originally was going to be like one of the top 10, top 20 troops in the game. Did they skip the Vault event? Seems like we haven't had one in a while. Oh no, have they? Didn't we have one 2-3 weeks ago? Oh no, I don't normally keep track of the exact dates that often. But yeah, the next one's not till the end of the month, isn't it? Next Vault event weekend? Oh no, that seems about right. Because didn't we have a Vault event about 2 weeks ago, and now we have another one in 2 weeks? I don't know, that seems about right. I can't remember when it was, but I'm pretty sure it was about 2 weeks ago. Which means it's exactly on rate, if so. Because I'm pretty sure we had one like early to mid-January, and the next one is mid-Feb. Which would how few days February has. That should be correct. It's like 4 or 5 weeks apart. Normally I try to aim for 4 weeks, but sometimes it extends a week. Alright, so all we have to do is 5 Battle Center, and I think that's PvP completed for the week. Let's see, did we score low enough? I don't think we did. No! Come on, Happy, go gain like 1,000 PvP points, go. Quick, I need to lower my points somehow. Which is actually something weird. It is not possible anymore to lower your PvP points, by the way. You used to be able to back in the day. But there is actually physically no way to lose points anymore in the current state of the game. Also, they coded Valhawks to be able to also come with gnomes. Which is very appreciated. Hopefully any other mechanic that ever comes into future like this, they also do like this. It's one of the reasons they stopped the Battle Crashers, because there was a lot of speculation that they were kind of blocking drops. But now you know for sure Valhawk would never will. Because it can always appear within the battle. But now everything like that is coded like that. But the Valhawks are, because they're a lot more recent. And hopefully all similar mechanics like that will also be a code like this, where you can get both of them in the same battle. Like here we have a pet battle and a Valhawk. Oh, so what's with the gnomes? This is not a Vault event weekend, right? We just got back-to-back gnomes. Can we get the triple? Unfortunately, no pet activation since we already have one active. Also, why is my highest battle the lowest one? I think my battles were in the exact inverse order there. Oh, also we didn't get the triple gnome back to back to back. Double's still good though. So the Rockhound is Blackmane mount from PvP. It's in the Forge, and it was a PvP card. And you need to get it in the Forge. Blackmane, I think it might be. I assume you're on a different platform because I don't believe it is on PC Mobile, right? Let me see. Blackmane. I only have one copy of it. Yes. I am pretty sure this is a Diamond Legend that you can only get from Soulforge. Or if you didn't get in the past, it's only from Soulforge. Because I should have more than one copy if it wasn't. But yeah, this was a 800 Diamond one. So if you see that on PC Mobile, or on any platform that you're on, yeah, definitely get it then for completionist sake. I don't think it's on PC Mobile right now, though. Oh, no, it is. Hold up. I didn't even notice that earlier. But yeah, he's on PC Mobile. But if you guys haven't gotten him, definitely make sure to get a copy. The reason I didn't notice is I already had a copy of it, but I forgot. Some of them I already got through the event itself. But yeah, he's on PC Mobile right now. And there's like 5 hours left if you want to go get him. He's not that useful for much. I guess Rashka team maybe for a little bit of magic. But the main reason you would get him is just for completionist sake. You can only get him from 800 diamonds if you did not pick him up in the previous PvP season. Or whatever PvP season he was from. But you only have a few hours left for that until it takes like a half a year for him to rotate again. You're not missing out on much, but if you're near the end of the game and you're still missing him, he's available. But most Rashka teams don't really need him. If you're base ratioing something on a Rashka team, you normally want to do attack, not magic. Of course, they do benefit from magic, just not as much as attack normally. Yeah, I wish there was like a thing on troops that would like indicate what they're from. We were starting to get so many exceptions. Like every single Monday video, I feel like I spend 5 minutes just going over every exception for every troop from the kingdom for event key drop table. And I have no clue how a newer player is supposed to know, like, half of them. Like, some of them are a little obvious, like the tarot cards are from vaults and stuff like that. But some of them are not that obvious at all, with the PvP troops probably being the biggest culprit of that. Where there's not really much of an indication if you don't already know that they are from PvP. Or, you know, that they're diamond only and not in any drop table. But I definitely got to do something at some point to kind of make that easier to tell. I think that was all the battles, right? Alright, we're gonna go. PvP should be completed. Hopefully at some point this person can go 500 more points and pass us. Oh, like 510, whatever is needed. But, yeah, hopefully we'll go down a rank so we can go win first place in Ruby. Alright, so we got 47 minutes to go grind. The only thing I think we still have to go finish is Underspire, but then that is every weekly, daily, everything else completed. So let's go finish out Underspire. I think we only have a few battles left, whatever's over here. And then the rest of the time we'll just spend on, I guess, Explore 12 since I want to keep my PvP rating low and hope that they pass us. And we should be able to get a decent amount of gold from that as well. Put towards the Monday gold thing. Oh, well, we're already at the end. Oh, that was quick. Who knows? Maybe we get the Guardian troop here. We did get another Guardian a couple months ago, but unfortunately it was a dupe, so we didn't really get much from it. Also, my main damage source getting webbed is not ideal. Oh, it just got cleansed. Never mind. That is ideal. And nothing. And I believe that is every battle completed. Oh, no, I lied. There's one over here. Wait, is that merchant? No, no, that's still in floor 1. Never mind, we still got one more path. And then we have taken everything. Hopefully we can reach it with 5. There's a chance we don't if it's 6 off. Hopefully it's a forward and a double dead end, and then we can take one of the double dead ends, and hopefully the other one isn't anything. Or one of the ones that you can click automatically. Like some of those rooms don't actually cost sigils. Or torches, I mean. Oh, we got a double. It's doubling too early. We're only going to be able to take one side. Why don't we buy extra torches? We just did bare minimum this week. We did the 0 gem route. I'll probably go deep again soon. I don't think we will for Golvania next week, though. Oh, we found the door! Interesting. That means that's another double dead end right there. Oh, we can actually see the cursor rune over there. Wish we would have found this earlier. I don't know, maybe I take it. How much are curse runes worth again? Is it 2 or 3 gems? Because I could spend 50 gems to get there guaranteed. Alright, maybe that's worth it. We'll go get the curse room and maybe we'll another thing. We'll spend 50 gems today. Oh no, does anyone remember the conversion rate? I actually forgot off the top of my head. Isn't it like 2 gems or 2.5 or 3 gems per curse rune? We're guaranteed to get 20 from that battle. Oh, Nisha. We're guaranteed to get 20 from that battle. I mean, 10, which is like 20 gems worth. Oh, I forgot the teams are a little bit stronger here. And by a little bit, I mean a lot stronger. Oh, there's door. Let me double check. What's the conversion rate on curse runes? Is that actually profit if we go for it? Dungeon offers. Wow, they are really expensive there. What, 8 gems each? There's no way they're that expensive. Are they? Oh no, I've never really needed to buy curse runes in a long time. Are curse runes really that expensive? I could have sworn their ratio wasn't that bad. I don't know, I guess we'll spend 50 gems to go get to it. Why not? Alright, we'll do a little bit more for Underspire. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't get much else out of it though. Like we're doing it almost entirely for that room. I guess there's a good no. Oh no, there's a small chance they could dead end early. Yeah, this primary path with the way that's set up right now. 1, 2. Oh yeah, I forgot. It doesn't actually use a torch when you go through it, does it? Oh yeah, we have enough to get some stuff then. I will spend 50 gems for it. Why not? We're guaranteed to get at least 10 curse runes while we're there. These battles shouldn't take that long with Miss Mother and everything. Maybe we'll go grab the curse rune. And of course, we already had the scouted from the thing earlier. So hey, we did actually get to use the scouting. I said earlier we're probably going to get no value from it, but no, we actually did get some value from it. Though we did have to spend 50 extra gems, but it pays for it when the curse runes alone. Plus there's a chance we still get something extra. But we are mostly doing it for the curse rune. Ooh, getting some of the rare double leprechaun value. Though how on earth after double leprechaun do we still not have full mana? Alright, get a nice explosion. Get a nice hit in there. Yeah, a little bit of burn if he doesn't kill us here. I probably should have casted that one first. Somehow still not dead even with that much damage. Alright, trap room, then we can get the guarantee curse rune, and then we gotta figure out where we want to go. We could go for the guaranteed dead end room that we already have scouted, or we could test our luck in a random corner. Can we see what tier it is? I believe we can. Let me go double check to see if we can. I'm not sure if the scouting lets you see it or not. But if it does, then if it's high enough, we should go for it. I'm not sure what number I would want to think of if it's high enough, though. I guess 3 or higher? Alright, some shards. 11 curse runes. No, it doesn't tell me what rarity it is. If I go for it, that's the only thing I can go for. The main reason I kind of want to go for it is its guaranteed value, whereas the other way is not guaranteed that we get anything. So yeah, I think we just go for it. Ooh, also though. 1, 2, 3. Does anyone remember what dragon is Purple Gate? That Purple Gate unlocks? Is this the double silver? Because I believe this is double silver. Does anyone remember? I wish I had like a highlighted one of this. I wish these were like colored. It's so hard to tell from their shape. Let's see. There's like a line right there. Yeah, isn't this the silver one? I should go grab that then. Isn't this tier 4? Because the symbol matches up right there as well. Symbol, 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 symbol. Yeah, this is the one for 4, is it not? I believe that's double silver. Let's go grab it. Pretty sure it is. I don't know. We'll find out when we waste a lantern on it. It is silver? Nice. Perfect. Okay. Let's go grab it. Might as well. I think this is the first time ever with the free battles I got double silver. Normally that'd be physically impossible, but of course the teleporter ended up getting us there. I guess technically we didn't do it only with the free battles. We did spend 50 gems. Only today. So technically that wasn't the free battles. But pretty much free. Alright, that 50 gems carried pretty hard then. We got double silver glory from it and 11 curse runes. And a little bit of scraps that we picked up from the other rooms. But mostly double silver and the 11 curse shards. It's not bad at all. Definitely worth the 50 gems. But honestly, spending any amount of gems in this game mode is worth what you get back from it. It's more so just a matter of do you want to spend hours having to go through it all. But it is always worth scouting pretty much every room. At least up to 150 gems a day. Going for the 300 gems per day is generally not worth. But the 150 gems per day for the first 2 packs is pretty much always worth it. At least later in the game when you have access to more gems. Oh, so can you stop infinite looping? It's not 2014. Worm teams don't work anymore. But apparently they still do. There is actually one really, really brief time in 2014 where the 1 or 2 worms that existed in the game created gems based on their magic. And that sounds about as broken as it sounds. There were several troops in that category. But eventually they made all worms only create 7 gems. At which point they were still kind of viable. Just nowhere near as viable as literally doing it off their magic. But there was a very brief amount of time where they scaled for alpha magic. How many gems they spawned. That particular worm we were up against never had it. I believe it was only rock worm. That's another fun fact. That model is actually reused from Puzzle Quest 1. Like, they did some small change to it, but otherwise it's the exact same enemy from Puzzle Quest 1. There are actually several troops in Gems of War as a launch that are pretty much 1-to-1, the exact same as Puzzle Quest 1 troops. That they just end up changing up slightly. But there it is, double silver, double epic Volkey too. And of course, even though we're out of torches, we have lanterns, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's go grab our double silver, and that is Underspire completed. As well as every weekly and daily completed. Which means the only thing left is, I guess, spend the rest of our booster on Dungeon then. I mean on Explore 12. Oh, don't kill us here. We actually could die. Gotta be careful. I'm actually gonna go for Leprechaun here. Just so we can try for the extra turn potential. Not that this can't extra turn, but I just feel like this has a better chance of extra turning, and it does. There we go. Generally, creating a small amount of wild cards is going to be better extra turn than only 6 red gems. If we still had a battle left, we could take a chest too, but there we go. Nice. Alright, wow, pretty good value. Got the curse room from the scout, got the boss room from the scout. That's a really high value scout, I do have to say. This might be one of our highest value scouts we ever had. Because if it wasn't for that scout, we wouldn't have done what we just did. Grab the curse room and the silver for only 50 gems. Like, without that scout, we wouldn't have known that. So that might actually be the highest value scout we've ever had. This is what basically prompted us to use the 50 gems to get all that value. But yeah, not bad. Of course, next campaign starting, or not campaign, but the campaign ending next week. Alright, so everything is completed then. So the only thing left is, yeah, just do some farming, I guess. Explore 12, quick kill in, I don't know, where do I want to go? Where's a nice, atmosphere? Oh, let's do Pride Lands. I don't think Pride Lands is anything annoying. Though I do need to go set it to 12. I'm not sure I have it on 11 right now. Apart from when we were last messing with some teams. Alright, move that to 12. I'll also go for double kill flower. And yeah, we'll just run this then for the next half an hour or so. I want to get some value from those booster thingies. Because some weeks I just really don't end up utilizing them for much. And the two best things you could be using a gold booster for, well, technically 3. It's Explore 12 while using a gold ratio team, and PvP are the 3 best things you could be doing under a gold booster. I think we're under gold and soul, but we don't really care about soul that much. Why do it on Explore 12? Mostly because I need medals. And this is a good excuse to go farm medals for half an hour. Because we've still been really neglecting the medal grind. Honestly, for like the last 5 years. I did it really good for the first year or two. But since then, I haven't really bothered grinding them much since 2021. Like 2020, 2021 was like the last years we really bothered grinding. And the end of 2019 when they initially came out. But the last 5 years, I haven't really been grinding them much. So anytime we can kind of get some grind in on Explore 12, we kind of need to. And now it seems like a perfect time, since we get to dip it into the booster as well. Actually, so much so, I have some XP boosters. Might as well go activate those too. It's not the quickest thing we'd be doing for XP, but, you know, might as well. While we're trying to go quick. Just give me both of those, why not? Because I don't really care about XP too much these days, but obviously if we can get some free XP, might as well grab it. Ever since we hit level 2000, the XP matters so much less now. But, you know, if we can get a few extra bonuses while we're already farming something else, might as well. I was not really going out of my way for it, but, you know, if we could multitask it, then it's fine. Like, I don't even try to get those 15-minute boosters anymore every day. If it happens automatically, we'll do it, but we never go out of our way for it now. It's just not worth it after 2000. Because 2000 is the last big benefit you get from it, which is +1 permanent magic. And then from there, it starts to only give you extra stat every 1,000 levels. Oh, a Mimic! Instead of every 100. Which is the main reason why it's so irrelevant to do it. Because from 1,000 to 2,000, you gain 10 stats. From 2,000 to 3,000, you gain literally 1 stat. And I think it's only like armor. It's something absurdly useless. Speaking of which, gosh, that Mimic was almost the worst roll you could even get. Very unlucky. Oh yeah, speaking of which, that's something we're really dry on, by the way. Horde Mimic. I think I'm like 5 or 6 times rate for my 3rd Horde Mimic. Obviously it doesn't matter too much because we already got our 1 and even got a Spear 2nd one. We got the first one within the first month. We got the second one like after 3 months. And then I somehow proceeded to go like 6 years with 0. And based on how many we've gotten, I believe we're about 6 or 7 times over rate right now. It feels like how dry we are on the flower or on the evil dragons right now. Except no, we're actually like double that for our most recent Mimic drop. Luckily, it doesn't matter at all. But one fun flex team, if you ever wanted to set it for defend for something, is 4 Horde Mimics. As I would say, 4 Horde Mimics is probably the hardest team in the entire game to get. Mostly because a lot of other ones can kind of just be crafted and similar. So there's pretty much no team that's harder to obtain than 4 Horde Mimics. Actually, there is one. 4 of the same Guardian Troop for Underspire would also be the other one. So either of those two. 4 Horde Mimics or 4 Underspire Guardian Troops are the 2 hardest teams currently in the entire game to get. But those Guardian Troops are eventually going to have a Soul Forge alternative, so that would then make Horde Mimic the hardest one again. But currently they're both about tied for how hard it is to get a team of either 4 Horde Mimic or 4 of the same Guardian Troop. Neither team is useful though, obviously. But they are very difficult to get. Those particular teams. Hello, Ron. Welcome, welcome. Say all the hellos. Nice video on the Goblin. Thank you. Yeah, we'll be covering a lot of those this week. We covered the current Immortal for the current PvP season, the new Goblin guy with the Wish Gem mechanic. We covered him today. Tuesday, we'll be covering the new Mythic that's coming out tomorrow. And obviously on stream tomorrow, we'll be doing that tomorrow night around this time. Well, we'll cover the video on her on Tuesday. And then on Friday, of course, we'll be covering the new Mythic, since it's the first Friday of the month. So we're going to have 3 Mythic videos within a 6-day time frame. Which I think will be the most we've ever covered of Mythics in such a short duration. Because it's kind of happened since I delayed that one video and the other 2 just happened to be coming out the same week. But yeah, 3 within the 6 days. So 1 every 2 days, basically. Actually, there's a lot going on next week. We're almost guaranteed not getting the patch. However, next week has, well, for one, the calendar, which we already kind of went over, but, you know, that still technically has the calendar. We have the start of the Lunar event that brings in the new pet and a new legendary. We have 2 Mythics, one from the past if you just bought the normal one. Oh, nice Anisha. And one from the standard Friday Mythic. And we have a new Bounty Troop. And what else? Is that everything? I feel like I'm forgetting one. But yeah, quite a handful of things. You decided to spend a little bit of money, so you got your Trog Goblin in 29? Oh, wow. Very nice. Did you buy those extra Burning Mark things? I've actually never bothered buying one of those before. I only ever bought the normal PvP pass twice. I believe there's something in PvP that you can literally dump like infinite money into. I think it's like a buy limit per day or per week or something though. But I'm pretty sure you can infinitely buy Burning Marks, so pretty expensive buying it that way, though. But yeah, you'll be able to get it to level 30 then by the end of the season. Because you already completed the season and everything. But you can still earn some more Burning Marks from... actually, what else could you earn it from then? That's one thing I don't quite like about how Burning Marks are earned. Is once you finish the season pass and all the objectives, like what else are you supposed to get Burning Marks from? There's like almost nothing. Then I guess technically when PvP rolls around, I think you can get like a very small amount in there. For the Guild Wars, I mean. But there's no way to like infinitely farm Burning Marks. It's very heavily event capped. It's one of the reasons why it's pretty much impossible to ever get all Immortals maxed. For one, they add one really annoying one to get maxed every single season, which that alone makes it pretty much impossible to get them all maxed. But the other reason is just really a time-gated resource. But they add troops quicker than the time gate. So technically, no one will ever be fully, truly maxed ever again due to at least the current way that Immortals work. As I believe, even if you max spend money on it, I don't even think you could max all of them ever. You would definitely be closer to. But I don't think it's possible to do all of them. Mostly because the focused one is a lot easier, but the non-focused one is always just absurdly rare to get. Which is one of the things I still don't understand to this day. I assumed when that system was going to come out, they would dump a bunch of them initially, which they did, like 10 or 12 of them, whatever it was. I think it was 10. But then I thought every season they would only add one Immortal. The problem is they add two. One of them is the Focus Immortal, which is sane to go get upgraded and makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is they add a second one that's just like the rarest thing in the world to go and get. Because it's never targetable ever at any point. Which I don't understand why they added that one. It really feels like every PvP season should only have one Immortal. Is the second one is the main thing that makes it so you can never max every troop in the game. Because if it was only ever one, it wouldn't be that hard. Because once you have every Immortal max, you would basically perpetually have every Immortal max forever as long as you bought the pass. But it's not how it works. Due to the second one coming in every time. Oh. I'm not sure what it was from something I ate. My stomach's cramping for some reason while I'm sitting here. You know what I think it is? I think I wanted exercise today, but I couldn't because it was snowy outside. I still got a few inches of snow everywhere. The roads are still a bit icy and everything. Should hopefully be cleared by the next day or two, though. Yeah, this area definitely doesn't take snow that well. Oh, nice level. Speaking of levels, or were like earlier. It's been like a good 20 minutes, but there we go. Use all your Burning Marks trying to level them up. You got a few Char Goblin 60 souls. Nice! Have a few PvP tasks left. Now to get them to level 30. You don't usually spend money on the game, but this troop tempted you. Yeah, it is pretty solid. It is really high up there. There's a lot of interesting use cases you could do with 3 Wish Gems as well that you can't do with only 1. You definitely got to make sure whatever team you ever use them on, once you do have 3, has a way of utilizing those Wish Gems, though. But generally speaking, every team would if you're bothering to put them on a team, of course. But it's so important to not give the enemy those 3 Wish Gems. Even in his normal state, obviously, that's also the case. It is a lot less likely for the AI to take only 1 Wish Gem, or, you know, to not take it. Whereas 3 on the board is almost guaranteed going to get it if you lose your turn. But of course, with 3 Wish Gems, it's very unlikely you will lose your turn. Because once you get all the explodes going, you know, you basically perpetually have full mana on your whole team forever. It's really strong. There's one thing we saw when we were doing the video earlier, is 1 Wish Gem does not consistently give your whole team full mana, obviously. Since it can only do 1, 2, 3, 4, or all 4 of your allies and all 4 enemies. So half the time, half your team's not getting full mana. So you can't always depend on if there's like a certain troop on a team that you always need exploding. You kind of need to have 2 or even 3 on your team to make sure it works. But with Triple Wish Gem, you don't need to do that. As long as you have 2 exploders on your team with triple wish gem, you should pretty much always get one of them to full mana by popping all the wish gems. You would have to get absurdly bad RNG for that not to occur. Which is one of the main benefits of having triple wish gem, is it basically makes it an infinite. As long as you have 2 things on your team that can full board clear with explode, or a similar mechanic like destroy. It is still technically possible to don't get hit with it, but it's very, very, very unlikely. As you're rolling 3 rolls of 1 to 4 of your troops getting full mana, with the 4 mana one rolling twice. So the odds that you wouldn't get it is only like 2%? Maybe even lower. I'm not sure what the math would come out on that. It's like a low single digit number though, that would eventually fail. So it's not foolproof, but it's pretty consistent. And of course, Flower Dragon could be one of those 2 troops. And you would just need one other consistent full board exploder. Technically, Flower Dragon's not a full board exploder, but you kind of know where its explodes are going to go. Flaming Ani would be another pretty good one to use with it. Also gets that Goblin synergy. What's up, Sushi Ninja? Welcome, welcome. You use the weapon for Trog Goblin, which explodes all the wish gems. Oh, interesting. I didn't actually bother paying attention to what its weapon was. I guess it's one of the few instances where its weapon's actually really good. Yeah, I didn't bother checking that earlier. Because I only pretty recently got it. Deal a bunch of true damage to an enemy. Burn them. If Immortal Troglin is in your team, explode all the wish gems. Oh, technically 4, but it's going to be all of them. Interesting. Which extra perks it gets? Does it not say? Oh yeah, I forgot. It doesn't gain perks in the same way other weapons do. Is there still not a way to check though? I always thought there was. Is there not? Oh, there it is. Mighty, Flaming. The other thing, what's this one? Gain 3 to random skill. If using Broken Lands, increase the effect by 1. Enrage myself. Burn first enemy. This would be pretty good with a triple damage burning class. Too bad Thief doesn't get that. Is this set up really well for triple damage burning? As is burn first slot, burn target, and enrage. No extra turn on it though, oddly enough, but it does get to pop all the wish gems. I guess that's one big downside of it. No extra turn potential other than the cascade from the wish gems. That's a pretty big downside on the weapon. I would say its mana cost is also a downside, but with wish gem mechanics, it's not really that big a deal. Because mana cost is almost irrelevant with wish gems. Getting your team rolling, it matters, but once you get your team rolling, it doesn't matter at all what the mana costs are at all. You could literally say like 2,000 mana costs and it wouldn't matter. I do have to say though, Wish Gem is one of those gems that when it came out felt like it was going to be a lot more broken than it was. Like you could just instantly get your whole team to full mana. That sounds broken beyond belief, but this game has power crept so much that actually isn't like the most broken thing ever. Like don't get me wrong, it is absurdly strong. Like very, very, very strong. But I feel like it fell into a very similar category as Hourglass Gems. Where in theory, Hourglass Gems are the strongest gem to ever exist in the game. Oh, nice and Anu. In the sense that, you know, you infinitely get extra turns forever. But you'd be surprised how many battles that's just not that useful. Even on good troops, like Daughter of Time and such. That can literally turn the Explode team into an infinite. Kind of like how Wish Gem turns an Explode team into just perpetual full mana. Though if you combine them together, though, that's something we don't have currently. We don't have a troop that creates Wish Gems and Hourglass Gems on only one troop. Now that would be a troop. Where every time you full board clear, you not only get full mana, but auto extra turn regardless of what you're using. Because right now to make Wish Gems work, you kind of have to use Flaming Ani a lot of times. Just to make sure that you get the extra turn aspect of it. Or Flower Dragon, where you don't have guaranteed extra turn, but you know, it has a decent amount of extra turn on it. But if something already had it built in, then you could just use any exploding option and not need to worry about the specifics of it. Because that's why we had to use Goblin Rocket on that one other team earlier. When we were doing it for the video for the low rarity team. Because it allowed you to pop the Wish Gems one at a time. So you can actually get the value from each one rather than overflowing your team. But the main thing that made that viable is the fact that it has auto extra turn. Because obviously there's dozens of troops that can explode a gem. But Goblin Rocket's the only one that can explode a target gem and get auto extra turn. Yeah, String Fiddler is really good with the Goblin guy. I think we showed him for the high rarity team. I accidentally used them wrong in the video because I forgot he doesn't do green. He does one of the random colors. But yeah, we used him as a frontline tank. Because we mostly wanted him for his Green Storm and his few silences with the explodes. Because out of everything on the team, he'd be the first to die. Because even though he's good for starting the battle, we don't really care too much if he stays on the team. He's mostly just there to get the team rolling. And afterwards, Flaming Ani can just resummon over it. Oh, so that's another thing. Wait, can you summon Immortals? I never noticed that. Is that a thing that's possible? I don't think it is it? That'd be kind of funny if you could summon them back. I don't think you can summon Immortals. It's something I never really paid much attention to since Immortals came out. But I'm pretty sure you can't summon them. Because otherwise you'd have a weird situation where you have more than one Immortal on a team, which is not supposed to be possible. You can? You do it all the time? Interesting. Yeah, I don't use summon spam teams that often these days. So I haven't really noticed. I wish there was more viable summon spam teams, though. There's so much summon mechanic in the game, but so few viable teams that can properly use summon. And when I say use summon, I mean like really, really use it. I don't mean like putting a meat shield in first slot and then having your team behind it, you know, your triple team behind it. I mean like actually having a mechanic that utilizes the fact that you keep resummoning troops. There's almost no teams that viably can do it. Yeah, Flaming Ani gives you infinite resummon on team. He's one of the best resummoners in the entire game. As he's auto extra turn, can summon up to 3, which is a resummon of a whole army. It's Goblin summon, so pretty much anything he summons not only has extra turn, but is also decently strong. And of course he has basically full board clear with how much explodes he does. And he has free burn in case you need burn for whatever reason. If you want to do like triple damage burning hero or whatever other mechanic with it. Yeah, Flaming Ani is pretty solid. I don't feel like I use him too often. I tend to only bring him out for Goblin teams, but you can kind of use him for whatever. He's really good all around. And just generally if I'm looking for a burner on a team, I'm putting like Zolgoth on it. Or what we did for Guild War today, where we put an Infernus on it. But it's 4 times burn for a single extra turn. I just don't feel like I'm normally depending on Flaming Ani for burn. Even though it's a mechanic he has. You're normally using for his mass extra turn explode into maybe resummoning a whole army. Yeah, it's a Daemon too, so you could use it on Daemon restriction. I normally use triple Eye of Argus though. Oh, speaking of which, Eye of Argus is in Soulforge on PC Mobile if anyone wants to get like a double, triple copy of him. You only really need that later in the game. But it's a really fun team if you have a lot of diamonds laying around in endgame and you don't already have it. Or if you have like literally every mythic and need something to dump them into and don't have it yet. Double or triple Eye of Argus is in Soulforge today. As well as all weekend. It's out of Soulforge in like 5 hours. It's kind of fun in late game. You don't need it earlier in the game though. It's a waste of diamonds. It's one of those things you do when you have more diamonds than you ever know what to do with. Yeah, it's not that bad. The battle pretty much just plays itself since you get to create 6 Doom Skulls every turn. Or, you know, 2 per thing. And also gives mana accumulation since they explode. Not as much as like a Pharaoh or anything like that, obviously, but still some. Nice, our second Mimic. Can we get a 5 times Mimic, though, tonight? I haven't seen a 5 times Mimic in a while. Let alone the Horde Mimic within it. Hey, come on, 5 times. Come on. Boo. A double Orpheus. At least it's better than the last one. Not by much, though. Oh yeah, Doppelganger. I forgot about that. Yeah, Doppelganger, it's actually a fun mechanic. If we ever cover like an early, like a new player strategy guide again, which I feel like I should make an updated one for this year at some point. But Doppelganger is a really good troop for testing troops you don't own. Because you just copy an enemy's troop and then get to test it. I don't believe you get the traits from them though. But you do get the ability and everything, so if you want to test stuff like that. Like if you want to test a Flower Dragon team but don't own Flower Dragon or something similar. Obviously it takes some setup because you got to cast the Doppelganger. And you still have to have the structure of the team set up as if you're running the team. But once you get it, you get to try it out just with no traits. Because the traits aren't based on what you have. So if you don't own it, you can't do it with traits. But it allows you to test abilities that you don't own. So troops that don't really necessarily need their traits, you can basically fully test, like Flower Dragon. As even though it has a few traits that aren't awful, it doesn't really need them to function. Like, the core way that you use Flower Dragon is not dependent on its traits. Like, Pharaoh is one that 100% you would, obviously. You need to have it, actually own it to properly try it. But there's a lot of enemies you could copy from the enemy team to basically test a team. Like, basically, you build a team of 3. And then the 4th troop is the Doppelganger that obviously you want to go get the new troop from that you don't own. And then you basically get to test it once you get full mana. Of course, the big downside of that is you actually have to survive that long. But it's a way to kind of test troops before you own it to kind of see if you want to go and try to pursue it. It's most notable in PvP, since the selection of things you can copy there is way wider than most other game modes. As well as central PvP allowing you to use anything, so you always be able to use Doppelganger there. Oh, I didn't take it that way. I could have taken red. This doesn't matter. We have like infinite mana. I think we have about 10 minutes left on the booster. Yeah, we'll keep farming it down on Explorer. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. And then next week, gosh, we got a lot of things going on next week. We'll cover that all in the Monday weekly video thing. As well as probably cover the calendar for like the 3rd time, but you know, the 1st time in video format. And then tomorrow night will probably be, other than, you know, standard dailies and weeklies and all that, we'll probably be messing mostly with the new Mythic, the one from the campaign. The one that's basically true damage, well not true damage, it's basically HP gain Tina 9000. It's ultimately weaker because it requires a blood boost ratio as well as a, less spell reduction. Which is probably the main thing that really makes it worse. Because they gave it a bleed gem creation per turn rather than a really high spell reduction. Well, actually, I guess Tina 9000 got both. Because that's actually not Tina 9000's final trait. Tina 9000's final trait is using its armor for skull value. So they could have still given it some kind of like new high spell reduction trait. Like a 55% or something. Or 65 and make it the highest in the game. But, I think there's something that's 60. No, there's something that's 75 actually. It's a legendary troop too, oddly enough. Which means there's still space for them to add a mythic with like 80 or 85%. Which, actually, that'd be kind of crazy mythic. Could you imagine a mythic with Impervious and 85% spell reduction? That would be so annoying. Obviously, you could Curse Stun it. But, imagine you didn't have Curse Stun and you were trying to cast against that thing. Also, imagine if it had Submerge as its final other trait, like Submerge on damage. So its first trait is Submerge on damage. His second trait is Impervious, and his 3rd trait is 85% spell reduction. You know how annoying that thing would be to kill in the current state of the game? Obviously, you could skull spam it and like rope dart and skull hit it, and it's like nothing at all. But trying to kill that thing with spell damage would be nearly impossible. It would just be so bulky. You'd have to like curse stun it or something. Does have like any chance to get rid of it with spell damage? Also, if I see Dragonite here, we take it. Unfortunately, that's not Dragonite. Oddly enough, since I've been needing Dragonite, since I haven't really been doing too much Explorer 12, or Explorer grinding in general, I have not seen Dragonite a single time from the Merchant or the Angel since we've been needing Dragonite, which is very unlucky. Luckily, we've gotten like 2 or 3 perfects since then for Dungeon, or yeah, Dungeon. But I have not seen any from Merchant or Angel since we've been needing Dragonite to go finish out the dragons. Well, we'll get it eventually. It's not even that much, though, if you do get it from some. I think they only give, like, 30-ish, 20-ish? It's not that much. It's more than nothing, though. It's progress. But it's nowhere near, like, the 60 that we get per day. But, of course, they're both infinitely farmable. And, like, the 60 per day. We'll go check the timer after this one. I think we're getting pretty close to it. And as Ron mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. But yeah, that means this week we would have covered 4 Gems of War videos. Honestly, there was a time where we used to cover a video per day. The main reason I stopped is I felt like I was kind of running out of ideas to literally do one every single day. As well as just the quality kind of going down from having to do like one every single day. Back when we were literally doing one every day. I just feel like Gems of War just doesn't get enough new content to realistically be able to do that forever. Actually, I feel like most games don't. Almost every game that would be hard to do. Like a video every day wouldn't be hard, but like a guide video every day on something in the game that you haven't already covered is eventually you just deplete out every possible option. Because obviously just a video every day for this game would be kind of easy since there's always events going on. So you can just cover some of teams for whatever the event is for today. On Monday you have whatever the, you know, weekly event is. Tuesday you have the faction, Wednesday you have the pet, Thursday you have the class, Friday you have whatever the weekend one is. Saturday, Sunday you could just do a guide thing or something. Yeah, I can't remember how long we did that for. But there was some duration of time where we're covering a guide video literally every day. From like 2017 to 2018, I want to say, somewhere around there. Or maybe it was 2016 to 2017, somewhere around there. I don't think it was longer than an entire year, though. It was definitely measured in months and not years. Forget how long it was, though. That's not possible for World of Warcraft. I don't know, what has World of Warcraft been doing these days? I played it once when I was a kid. But I didn't care for it over Warcraft 3, so I just stuck with Warcraft 3. And Warcraft 3 to this day is still one of the highest amount of playtime to have in any game. The highest 3 are Warcraft 3, RuneScape, counting every version of RuneScape, and Warcraft 3. Those 3 games are our highest. Gems of War, Warcraft 3, and RuneScape. I'm not sure what my 4th highest is. I guess Pokemon, if you count every Pokemon game as one game. Come on, Dragonite. Boo. Oh, wait, never mind. This is not even what it is. I thought that was an angel for a second. That's just a genie. We don't care about that. I was like, what are these new resources they just added? No, this is the boost tokens. But at this point, I've pretty much given up on Pokemon, though. I've given up on the most recent game, and honestly, I probably am on the next game as well. Probably until the Switch 3 comes out. I'm pretty much just full console skipping at this point on Switch 2. But also because the trip and the other medical expenses this year, money's just going to be a little bit tighter as well. Plus, my mom is still making, like, way, way less. It's still a factor as well. She has... Oh, yeah, I haven't really been mentioning much with that. So her leg has repaired quite a bit. Obviously, it will never be the same. But it's nowhere near as bad as when she first got the injury for, like, that first month or two. But, you know, she's able to walk around and stuff like that. But, you know, she still can't put, like, immense pressure on her or anything like that. But she still can kind of walk around normally and everything. But she's partially back at her previous job. So that's going over well. Not sure if she'll end up getting fired soon, though. Because I believe the lawsuit against them is still going through. After which she is almost guaranteed to get fired, obviously. But not sure what's going on with that. But her income's still way, way lower. Since tourism to the United States is a lot lower due to, you know, political circumstances. But since her job is really tourism heavy, that and combined with her injury, she just haven't been able to get as many hours. So even though she's technically working again, it's still like at half the pay she was. So money is a bit tighter still. I've still been trying to do some things to make some more money though. Obviously the channel has not really been one of them for the most part. Though we've been covering a few more videos here and there, occasionally. But I think last year was actually the lowest I ever made on YouTube ever. Because there actually wasn't any one thing we did last year that really made us the extra money like a lot of other years did. Like obviously the year prior to that year was Brighter Shores. Where I think within like 2 months we made like 4,000 or something. Just within those 2 months. That's also the really good ad revenue month, so it kind of fell perfectly. As November and December are the best 2 months for ad revenue. But it was also when we were making the most viewed content. Which is the most ideal time for that to occur. Is November, December. Also, thank you, Mulu. Greatly appreciate it. You don't have to give any, but it does help out a lot. Thank you, thank you. All your generosity is greatly appreciated. Ooh, another chest. Oh, no Mimic. Oh, so I think this could be our last chest this next cycle right here. Yup, 9.1 fixes the missing text. Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't been fixed yet. The most recent patch did end up breaking it. I guess they were just waiting for the next major patch before they fix it again. Yeah, the most recent patch ended up breaking it. Which is, yeah, kind of funny. Like right here, you can't see the text underneath. Like for example, it would normally tell you how many you would get. It would tell you that you would get either 200 writs here or 3. Or is it 2 here? I don't remember. But I think it's actually only 2. Yeah, you can't tell because it doesn't say. But normally it would have underneath, I think it's 3. And this is 200 writs. But normally it would have underneath what it says it is. But it doesn't do that. It does when you go and click on it. Like right here, it'll say 200. And right here, it'll say the same thing. It'll say 3 of them. We do want this one, though. So we can use it on red if we want, or Imperials. But, yeah, the text is still missing. It's even more annoying on Angel, because I don't believe Angel has a confirmation message. The Merchant does, because it has a warning since you're spending resources on if you want to or not. But since the Angel is just giving you resources, I don't think you can actually check the Angel. So unless you have all the numbers memorized, during this patch, you actually have no clue what the Angel is giving you number-wise. As there's no warning message like the Merchant has. So once you click on one, you just get it. You can't actually preemptively check what it's giving you. I assume that's being fixed in 9.1, though. It got broken with 9.0. It seemed like something that wasn't relevant enough to hotfix. Missing text in Guild Wars is really annoying. Oh, is there missing text there too? I didn't even notice. But I feel like Guild War always has some issue. I don't think there will ever be a Guild War ever that has no issue at all. It just seems like that one game mode that just always has something going on. That's always broken. Even if it's something small. Because I'm pretty sure since Guild Wars existed, there is yet to be a single year where Guild Wars has functioned correctly every Guild War for an entire year straight. I don't believe it has ever happened once. There's always something wrong happening with it. I should go for one more chest after this chest. So I said I would go for that chest, but I kind of want one more after this one. Gotta go through 2 more sets to go get to it. But then we'll call it there. So if anyone still has any other questions or anyone want to go over, do let me know. Otherwise, we'll be back this time tomorrow night, or an hour and a half prior to now tomorrow. And our game plan for tomorrow night is mess with the new campaign mythic. I know, you know, standard weekly, daily stuff. I think we have an invasion tower event that should go pretty quick. But, yeah, we'll mostly be messing with the new mythic. Well, that reminds me, I still haven't gotten the codes yet for February, or I should say the singular code. We should have one of the old Valentine's Day pets to hand out. If we do end up getting one, I guess we'll hand it out next week then. Or, you know, not tomorrow, next week, but, you know, next week. The Monday before Valentine's. I still haven't gotten that yet. I'll poke her in a few days if I don't get it by then. It was nice to do a little bit of Explore 12 again. I feel like I've been really neglecting the token farming. We're actually getting really close at this point when Kingdom upgrades that the main thing that's bottled... Oh wow, we actually did get enough shards. Never mind. Wow, exactly on the dot. Perfect. But we were starting to get really close now that the thing that is bottlenecking us from being able to go and complete all kingdoms, or, you know, upgrading kingdoms, it obviously was deed books for the longest time. And it still is deed books right now. And maybe eventually Imperials. But the main thing we're going to be missing soon is actually the tokens. We're really, really low on tokens. Like, if I go to a troop right... Oh, troop is ready. If I go to a random troop right now and try to upgrade it, this is what our token situation is looking like. I only have 7 Nishas, 5 Anus. Those are all basically 0 right now. 14 of the Arania that we just got another one of. 10 Season. Technically 13 because those other ones get converted into it. So we've got like 14, Basically. Only 20 Orpheus, 23 the Yasmin. I don't even have any of these to 100. Even the Guard, the most common one, I don't even have it 100 because I keep using them for the first trait of rares. Because I already have every common maxed. Yeah, we are really low. I don't have a single one at 100. And even our really easy to obtain ones, not a single one is over 23. Yeah, we are mega low. That's even lower than I thought we were. Obviously, we got a bunch of orbs to offset it. But, oh, that's not quite enough. Anyways, guys, I think that'll wrap it up for now. We will be back, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow. Main game plan for tomorrow is, yeah, let's go grind out, the new Mythic. We'll mess with her, grind out the invasion event, go from there. But it is the final week to complete out the campaign. If you somehow have not gotten all the undead kills, you might want to go do that tonight if you can. Because in 4 more hours from now, once the Golvania event starts, you will not be able to go kill undeads on Golvania. So it'll be a lot slower to go and get that completed. So you might want to do it now in the next few hours if you have some time, if you haven't already. As it will be a little bit slower to do it next week if you want to finish it next week. Beyond that, yeah, final week to go finish out all these. Final week to go finish out all this. And yeah, we'll go mess with the Mythic tomorrow. And cover the video on Tuesday then. Anyways, guys, have a wonderful week. Stay warm out there. And I will catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.